Welcome back, everybody, to Spirit Plays more Spiral Knights. Today we're going to be going down to the ground. Wow. Yeah, raise Alchemar awareness. That's what I'm saying. Suit up. Anyway, we're going to go to the Amber Phantom Gate in the spirit of searching for treasure vaults. There is one right here. And there is another one right here. Technically, I know it's just a regular treasure trove. We will accept it nonetheless. We have our regular neutral loadout, still leveling the Acheron. It's a never-ending process. Actually, that's arguably untrue. I mean, you can continually make Acherons for the rest of your life, but it will end if it depends what your goal is, right? This is where you gotta label terms. This is where the Socratic method kind of gets lost and bogged down in the minute details. We will end the Acheron leveling when it hits level 10, unless we decide to make it more, or we could have it go on forever if we don't even put forth the effort anyway. What's the point of like logically arguing? Oh my gosh, piecewise. We got some muscle in here. Let's go, buddy. Let's go, buddy. Let's go, buddy. You know what's up. This has got to be... Oh, Ryford. I have no idea who you are, but hello. Embermist Scavengers. You look great. Look at that coat. This guy is dressed for freaking success. And I don't use the F word that often. But anyway, how about that? The first thing we do is a danger room. What a great way to set the pace. This is, pardon me, either gremlins or in armor abs. Dude, we got a full party. Let's go, buddy. Let's go. He's got armor abs. He takes shots for us. I'm ready. It's got to be gremlins or slimes, right? Or maybe a mixture of the two. Wait while Java decides to load. It's like a program that programs itself. I don't know. Dude, look at that shield. I want that someday. Is that the 5-star version? No, it's just the 4-star. That's also what we're kind of looking for. Our man Rise. He's taking a minute, but that's okay. He just wakes up and he's like, what the crap? We have to storm Normandy right now? Oh my gosh. Well, let's go. That tiny little Callahan gun thingy. Alright, I was sort of right. Oh my gosh, what happened? Give it a minute. Ah, he knows what I like. Oh crap, we're about dead already. Run. We're just that's just a bad idea. We need to be a little bit more particular. Okay, we got the jitters out of our system. I feel like just dying jitters, I guess. That was horrible. Okay, Mike. Now's when we need you. This is not what I wanted to use. That's okay. We can take out single enemies. Let's not run into the spikes. Whoopah! Freeze them. Oh my gosh, the combo. We missed every one of them though, so there's no combo. Just kidding. Ba-boom! Dude, 700 damage. We have to wait like 30 minutes to do it again, but the concept was there. See what I mean? Like you got the Java jitters, right? What else are you gonna call them? We got the Java jitters out of our system. The frame spikes him in. Push to an all-time low. What happened? Oh no, this might get a little ugly. That and I decided that'd be a great idea to give myself the quick step. I get tired of being the last one in line, like all the time. Old man Flood and his walker. And Flood might be a reference nobody understands, not even me anymore. It's been a while. Blue Flood. Somebody has my name somewhere. You never see him anymore, but he's there. We had an interesting discussion in Haven the other day with Hershey Kisses, Donald J. Trump. Somebody literally took his name, literally and figuratively. And I forget what we were talking about, but anyway, it was a great talk on logic, and but the fact that someone was named Donald J. Trump was actually kind of funny, and someone actually took George Floyd's name too, which also to me kind of funny. There's something funny in that, man. Like, why would you want to? You're gonna make like breathing jokes all the time, and it's not too soon. We recognize the tragedy of a life being lost, just bad in and of itself, yes. But taking something, a message like that, and politicizing is just ridiculous. To the ridiculous. The agent is back. Oh my gosh, I thought you were an enemy. He's not. In case there was any doubt. Okay. Behold the power of a mountain. Whoosh. It's more like an airplane wing. A mountainous airplane wing. You just put yourself in a corner there, buddy. But it was a very strategic corner. And then we squished you like a bug. Dude, it's neat playing with professionals. More so than myself. I can't see. We looked at Ray Ford already. He's like, I never understood the concept of having inspect off. Why not just show what you got, yo? You can build off each other. Or maybe everybody will just have black cat gear and an Akron. Oh wait, that's locked down. Boom, 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 boom. And that's not always true either. I know I'm putting my biases out there. What are we making? We're making an Akron. Don't worry. 40 episodes later, when this thing finally sucks itself to level 10, grows itself to level 10, we'll be putting it in the lockdown. I want to see an Akron, a Deathmark Akron. I think it'll be quite impressive. We'll be blinded by the amount of sheer purpleness that just floats on our screen. I'm guessing this way is the other way too. Tiny little freaking gremlin land. What are you doing? Whoa, a whole lot of nothing. That's what I thought. No one realizes the power of this weapon until they see it being used. Can I see through here? I could have sworn. Yes. Okay. I thought I was literally seeing things for a second because it disappeared for half a minute. Not half a minute, but like 10 seconds. You know what I mean? We were not seeing things. Yes, we found the terminal end. How many nights does it take to slaughter one poor gremlin healer? I was reading this morning. I'm reading it's a biography, right? There's autobiographies. In case you're not familiar with the terms, autobiographies are written by the person whose life it is. But they are their own perspective, right? They're not an outside perspective. So it's actually neat, I think, to read biographies as well as autobiographies. First off, because sometimes a guy, when are you going to write your life story? How do you know it's going to end? Unless you're literally on your deathbed. Even that sometimes is not 100% accurate. You might have remission. Who knows? Shut up. Dude, he's too good. But it gives you a different perspective. It gives you more of I think, a culturally relevant perspective, because it depends upon the culture you're going to. If you go toward, like, today's culture, reading about somebody who lived back in, like, I don't know, 1920, here's our chance, man. We might be getting a treasure vault. That gives you, like, a chance to you reflect on the past with modern perspective. You gotta be careful not to judge yourself. Yes. Either way, I hope we find a way to heat this thing, like a little armor switch thing. But you shouldn't judge never judge your past self based on your current events. Don't hold yourself accountable as if you were still 10 years younger than you already are. We live and we grow. Same could be said in culture. It's like an easy argument to win against those that are protesting. Defund the police. I think that's actually happening in New York right now, right? They defunded the police by $1 billion, and the governor of New York's like, "You win. Stop protesting." And they just don't listen to him. It's just the most ridiculous. Why would you think that would work? I don't understand people, dude. I hate that. Okay, well, let's do this. I'm doing it. You can't stop me. I just forget which gun we have. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go. We don't have to worry about the Akron for a bit. We now need Radiance, so look forward to some dreams and nightmares. There's something interesting over here. We just can't see it. Come on, Ray. We got this, buddy. You look so beautiful. I was very confused. I guess we must have been trained on our third weapon slot. because nothing was coming out. Okay, all right, we'll find the I think this is the terminal area over here, though, so we'll head this way. Beautiful. Might have been a good idea to choose our freezing gun, just so we could freeze into place for these guys. That was really close, like to my own visual face. If something could come through the screen, that would be it. Let's go, buddy. Oh my gosh! All speed. Destroyed by poor directional planning. But anyway, that to me, that's just like, and I've only kept my ear half into the news, being somebody who studies like theology constantly, and you know, my whole goal is to point people and myself toward truth. Truth is very important to me. It should be to you too. If you we can go over the relativistic arguments too. This is what I mean. Like, if you disagree with the things I say philosophically, please like posit something in the comments. I'd love to go off on this kind of stuff. Not really go off like ranting, but like proving a case. Anybody can poke holes in anybody else's argument. It takes, but you have to try to envision what best explains reality. I guess that's kind of what I'm going with. What best explains the reality we live in? Like somebody said during our discussion yesterday, I believe in science. I don't believe in religion. I don't believe in a higher power. And I like using logic and reason. I'm like, well, that makes sense because the laws of logic are transcendent. So we can agree on them. They're written in our hearts. There's something to be said about the philosophy of structure versus no structure. Why is there something here and not something there? Why aren't we all just one big mesh of white noise? You know, you have to. We are creatures of reason. We can come up with this kind of stuff. I mean, the fact that we are reasoning creatures itself. It just kind of, you know, why aren't we just giant automatons with no free thought? I mean, philosophy. You develop quite a contrarian perspective. You ask why a lot. I mean, that's the nature of philosophy, because your goal is to get to truth. Truth is if you're looking for truth is an absolute. Like, there has to be an ending point. There has to be a commonality. There has to be an understanding. You get to this point, you're like, okay, there's enough evidence. But it's very interesting the world that's lived in. Because it's not necessarily like we don't get bombarded with a massive amount of evidence, and even if we did, like the whole way the world is forced to work, at least in my perspective, is you need to come to your own conclusion of the truth, and the truth can be just generally known. There has to be a common consensus that leads a certain direction. You get a certain amount of evidence that points you to a conclusion. This is green. That little thing above my head was also green. To deny what I just said is to deny the ability to use language. And when you deny the ability to use language and you intentionally misinterpret the truth, actually got hit by it. You intentionally misinterpret the truth to just to further your own narrative, or to post doubt in a narrative that is actually stronger than the one you have. You know, then what is your ultimate goal? If your ultimate goal is relativity and you're not searching truth, you just want to further your own means and your own pleasures. And that's fine. That's actually the American religion. I would argue is the sexual religion. Whatever furthers or frustrates your pleasures or your gratifications, that is your ultimate goal in life. So let me be careful with that. It might help. Let's go, buddy. Look at that. We're going down a flaming elevator. Anyway, I'm not too bitter about the Acheron not forging. We played these 70% odds like so many times, I think, in the past several weeks, and I don't think we've had failure very much. So it's not honestly that big a deal. Now, am I gonna record dreams and nightmares constantly? No, probably not. I'm not interested in short-term gain. This is one thing where like the journey is just important to me. I just like playing Spiral Knights, man. It gives me a chance to rant. Gives me a chance to commune with my fellow Nighters. I hope just be in the atmosphere. It's kind of nice. Now, if we had a more progressive one where there was constant updates, that'd be good too. But then, like, the slow pace of this game, slowish pace, I guess, kind of gives you a sense of, we're just going to be, what are we going to do here? Gives you a sense of, I don't know, loss of anxiety. Oh my gosh, this is the best idea we've ever had. We're going in. Because it's not like we gotta constantly rush, we gotta constantly get this, the event's gonna end, we gotta go. It's a nice casual environment. We can enjoy the same thing. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We don't have to do this bomb, but I mean, you know, how often do we do the nitronome in this level? Okay. We don't have to. If someone says something, we'll stop. But we got max damage on everything. It's just funny. If we do have a chance to roll on something, it's going to be on the nitronome. We've already spent like 800,000 crowns on this sucker. Why not spend a couple thousand more? We're missing somebody. Ray has arrived. Dude, I know how you feel. I play with so many people that are better than myself, and then I'm just trying to keep up with my little limp and my bad knees. And we somehow make it, and then there's just like a bunch of stuff everywhere. Like, man, these guys are freaking natural born killers. Going in. We missed. Thank you, Ekron Charge. You're the best around. No one ever gets you down. We're about due for an all swords run. We could do an all bombs run. It's not beyond us. Oh, you know it. Wah wah. That was not necessary. Alright, so we do have another treasure vault on the horizon. I don't think there's a whole lot more to discover in this level, in this this stratum. Right, and I borrow that term to use for the Vagante videos. Stratum means, I looked it up because I'm like, can I use this for just describing a different depth or a different challenge? Like, it's depth, right? And on games like Vagante and Catacomb Kids, they're extremely skill based, and I don't say that to give myself like as if I have like a large amount of skill or anything, but the more you play it, the better you get. So it's tough either way. But the more you chisel at rock, the more brittle it becomes. That's just the nature of rock, baby. Oh, I don't know if we're gonna make this. Oh, we certainly did not. Yeah, we did something. Beautiful. So stratum means like rock or depth, so it was kind of fitting. Sort of. So that's why it says stratum up there. Now, dude, this summer, especially, it's post-apocalyptic. I mean, not post-apocalyptic. It's post-COVID. So one thing I like about it, if you ever watch Andrew Clavin, he made a prediction like after all this solitary, solitary confinement, you're gonna see a bunch of insanity as people are just sick of being inside their house, and there's truth to that, right? What are people doing right now? They're riding over a very flake of a reason because they've been inside so long. Straight up what it is. That's what I see anyway. We'll get them eventually. There's nothing wrong with this strat. We're doing a great job. I'll just say, this gives the entire other side of the army a reprieve. That being said, they killed all their enemies before we could even kill 3. We dropped like 40 bombs. Oh man, we're just destroying Rye. I'm sorry, man. It'll be over once we get through this depth. Don't worry. Maybe we'll. You know what? We'll go the last part of the terminal. We'll go all swords. I think that sounds pretty fair. Fair? I think we'll just do it. I don't know how fair that would sound. Still got one more left in this one though. But anyway, people are riding over the. Now, granted, George Lloyd, very serious. Human life itself. I would argue that atheism devalues life because we're just like a bunch of random atoms. So why is anything valued? Why be, if you take God out of the picture, where does the value of that guy's life come from? Like reading Nietzsche, I strongly recommend if you're an atheist reading Nietzsche because he He puts it all out there. He is like this is where Hitler's stuff comes from. The philosophy of an atheist. He dives so deep into his atheism, he's like, I don't even know why language makes sense. Rationally, why would the stronger care to understand the weaker? Why would we have commonality and work together when it's all about me? You want to be the strongest. You want to survive. You want to dominate. All right, we're still rocking this load out here because this is what we do. Oh my gosh, Peacewise, why are you so good? It's the only weapon we know. We got him. We killed 2 guys and they started helping us out with ours. I'm going. I'm going now only because I think he'll eventually catch up and it'll just be hilarious. All right. I'm sorry. I set you up. Oh, did you see that perfect hit? If there were crits and Spiral Knights, we would have had like 20 of them right there. Anyway. The only thing it does give George Lloyd's life value is the Judeo-Christian worldview, where it's the theonomous thinking. Oh my gosh, he's activated. So he's one of those slow sleepers, right? Like I would say, I don't know if I have sleep apnea, but I definitely wake up almost fully awake instantly. I'm one of those guys. Which is why I'm able to do stuff like this. I'm on my 2nd cup of coffee, but that's only because the past week's been draining. And if you're in danger of like not hydrating, coffee can actually have the opposite effect. Extremely disastrous to your liver if you're just gonna. It's like constantly drinking beer. Well, maybe not that harsh, but you know what I mean. It's not water. Your internal organs love water. Believe it or not, water is good for you. I can point you to many scientific studies that tell you that water is good for you. Why do you think everyone stands next to the fountain in Haven all the time? They know what's up. No one goes into the rotting metropolis and just stands around. That'd be weird. Oh, wait, I did see some damage come out there, buddy. This one's mine. Yes. I'm assuming you're going to be dead. Oh, that was so good. Behold our expert timing. Where we use the 3-year-old philosophy of how do we attract attention. We just point out problems. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. Racism exists. Therefore, all cops are bad. That's a bad argument. Bernie Sanders was like an expert at doing that. I guess he still is. Do you think America is great? If by great you mean racist, then yes, I think America is great. Like what the crap, dude? No. You know what word that like you're switching definitions. He does this constantly with the most vague answers and just to switch and further his own narrative. I know he was never that blunt, but it was just like, come on, man. So are you a socialist? If a socialist, you mean do I care about people? Then yes. No, dude. Do you advocate for the socialistic regime? Come on, man. You know what I said, but no one ever has follow-up questions. Follow-up questions would be like crazy. Diving deep into philosophy? Get out of my face. Out of my face. We're shallow level thinkers. When you want some shallow level, go read some Joel Osteen. God wants the best for you. He wants you to have the best parking spot. He wants for you to, live till you're 3,000. He wants you to have perfect teeth. Well, what if he doesn't? Yes, we've effectively ended another gremlin's life. Hey, you find fabrics. They do sell for a bit. Boom. Well, we did tamper on his sheet, or rattle on his sheet a little bit. That was an interesting stutter strike. Yes. So happy when we actually get to make things happen. You got out of the way. It's because of you I can't have nice things. Come on, man. How many shots do you really take? I fear no damage. Our coat is thick enough, we can take it. Anyway, if you ever get to the point of debate where people actually argue the definition of language, they're denying common understanding. Red for you, not for me. You know what red is. Why would you even make that argument? Now you're just wasting time and going down a rabbit hole. True for you, not for me. That's relativism. Your goal is not truth. Your goal is abstraction. It's very difficult to have a a legit, detailed discussion with a pure relativist, because their goal is not truth, because truth doesn't exist. So they can just go around in circles, and eventually it ends up at a feeling. I feel. Well, then, are you the source of truth? If it's relative, it's because relativism even itself leads to an absolute. Because if it's relative to you. So you, therefore, are the judge and the truth. Anyway, there's your philosophy for the day. Once again, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Click the like button, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. Who would ever wear this? Well, someone might wear this one. But we already have a poison-resistant head armor for gunners. I know. Why am I critiquing this now, even though this update has been out for so long? I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Take care.